Support for this podcast comes from the patrons at patreon.com/FMLFPL. And then Chelsea, we got a few questions too. Simple Mug. Lampard's setup was less than ideal for us Havertz boys. Do we just hope and pray that Frank realizes he need to change things up against Poole? Can I get a hell yes? Said Chelsea new boys look like they need some time to gel. Should we start offloading them and get them later in the season or hold? And Doty said Pulisic, what do we do? So a lot to take in for Chelsea.
Yeah, it was a tough watch.
Yeah,
tough watch.
They put up 0.5 non-penalty XG against Brighton. And that's not good. And Timo had literally all of it, so you hate to see that.
They were just terrible. I mean, it was a terrible performance.
Really bad.
He got completely outmanaged by Potter.
Yeah.
Brighton were the better team in open play. Not even close.
Yeah, not close.
I mean, the one thing we were talking about is that Chelsea were playing with the lead for the entire game, so they might have been a little bit more turtley than they could have done otherwise if it was still... 0-0 or tied, or they were down. They were down for 20 seconds, and then they came in and scored right away.
Right,
so.
like if you're turtling, though, if you're turtling and still conceding big chances, then it's not working, and you should change something.
Yeah.
It's like that was very Steve Brucey of Frank. That whole setup.
Very fair. Jorginho, Conte, Ruben, Mount, not good.
Conte, I thought was great actually.
I mean, all of them in the game at the same time, just not good. Not good enough.
No, there just wasn't enough, Nate said it as soon as the lineup came out. He was like, this is weird. They have no pace. Except Timo, of course.
It screamed after, you're watching for 15-20, and it's like, he probably should have played Tammy with Werner and sat one of those fucking fuckheads.
Or Cho. He legit played with no wingers. He was just like, Timo, go run around, do everything.
Yeah. Bad. So it's a problem. Franklin is going to be Franklining himself all year. And if he's too Franklin, then it's bad for FPL because he's going to make the picks worse than they should be. That said, right? I mean, if Ziyech coming back, Pulisic coming back, get the draw. Dude, Ruben Loftus-Cheek, what the fuck? Horrible. Actual 1 out of 10 performance. Don't know what he was doing.
Yeah, it's always a danger to assume rational coaching and rational decisions. And this isn't me poking holes at Frank. That's the way with every manager. Like fantasy managers run into that all the time, right? Like. It seems obvious to us. Yeah, like this guy's got to start up top. He's on fire. And then nope, he's not starting because he showed up late to training and we didn't know about it. It's like random shit like that all the time. My assumption going in, and I know it's special circumstances, no Pulisic, no Ziyech, they probably won't play next week also, so bad. But my assumption going in was Frank sees himself in Kai. Kai's going to be second striker. Kai's going to play the RLC role from the Brighton preseason game. Be in the box, be the shoot. And no, Kai plays fucking right midfielder, and RLC is support striker. Ross is support striker, and Kai is just fucked off to nowhere land. And it's just holy shit, dude!
Yeah. It's embarrassing.
70 really, whatever fucking billion on Kai, and you literally get him to cover for Reece James. That was his role.
It was embarrassing. It was just embarrassing from Franklin.
Yeah, so it's very scary. I mean,
I wish they lost so that people would talk about it. That's the problem. So badly that they lost because they could have lost that game. Dwonk hits that. They're up. Then Brighton's up 2-1.
Sitter. Yeah, Reece James 1 in a trillion shot.
So this is the other thing, right? We're talking about Mo and Mane, right? Team's not good right now. Chelsea looks not good.
Right.
They play each other. I don't see a world where Liverpool don't walk this game.
Yeah, you say that now, but the games were really close and competitive last season in a season where Liverpool were by far the best team in the league.
Yeah, but I'm still just looking at what they did against Brighton and Zuma, Christensen. I mean, Dave will come back in probably, and it's just, I don't know. They were the least impressive performance of any team I saw. I thought Spurs were way better.
Well,
Chelsea.
I mean, aside from
half.
Fulham, West Brom, West
No,
Ham.
of like the teams that we care about.
Oh, okay. It's like there's some pretty bad
like
teams.
Of the team, the teams that we're talking about in FPL.
The
picks,
teams
right?
with FPL guys.
Yeah, Chelsea were like, oh yeah, Chelsea like so good, like blah blah blah. He's playing Kai at right back. He says, "What are you doing?" It
was utterly
reversing
insane.
Everything. It was so nuts.
And then the Pulisic shit was just such a fucking nut punch, dude. It was just, it was such a welcome back to FPL in like every sense of the word. It's just like Pooley 100% fit, back in training. People are saying he's like Chelsea athletic. People being like, I think he starts. Like, I think he gets minutes. Like, blah, blah, blah. We find out after
definitely
the game,
features.
He felt something actually in training and wasn't even in the fucking squad. And now now I'm just like, oh, cool, yeah, okay,
yeah. I mean, he's a problem because he's actually injured still. I want to come back just to Kai though for a second because he was playing right back, which is fucking disgusting. They play West Brom, Palace, Southampton after Liverpool. He is so good. Like I seeing people getting rid of him, I think it's an egregious overreaction mistake. I believe in him fully, and I think it's just premature to get rid. And I think that the points are going to he's going to fall into points because he's so good. He finds space. I mean, he was basically all he was allowed to do today was pass to Reece James on an overlap, but he's going to not play that position for the season. And I think if you have him in your team...
What makes you say that, though?
Because he's just so good. I don't think that Franklin's going to do the Franklins. Like, I'm okay to do it, like, watch a few more games. I'm not, like, preempting that, okay, he's going to play the best player on the team at right back anymore. Like, I'm not, like, convinced enough that that's going to happen to get rid of him right now.
Yeah.
And I just think that, his quality is going to come through and that he's going to eventually... within the next couple of games, be like, maybe Frank watches the game. He's like, oh my God, like the $90 million player we just bought, I'm not going to play it right back. I'm not going to play as a decoy so Reece fucking James can overlap.
Yeah.
Maybe he'll think that.
Yeah, maybe the analytics department will come back with that.
Hope so.
But yeah, no, I'm fine holding him. Like you said, the fixtures are so good. It's not encouraging in the slightest. And I think if he plays there... Well, the Liverpool game you kind of almost have to throw away because they're going to set up some specific way to try and shut down Liverpool and nick a goal or something. But if he plays that way against West Brom...
Yeah, and then you get rid.
Then you fucking run for the hills.
Then you fuck them
off. That's a major problem. But yeah, I mean, this team is missing two of their 4 stars in attack. So... It is hard to judge them, but like it was.
I mean, they had 4. They have Chilwell, Tilva, Ziyech, Pulisic. Yeah. I mean, those are starters. So they had 7.
Yeah. It's still embarrassing, but like when the wingers come in, the attack should be a lot better.
I just don't understand how like Cho is like for like with Ziyech is so much worse, but just don't play Ruben. Like play fucking Cho and put Kai in his normal spot.
I don't understand.
It's so easy. It's so simple. It's so fucking simple.
Would love to be able to ask those kind of questions. Like,
I mean, Ruben was getting in. He just fucked everything up. But if that was Kai in the first half,
I mean, God,
out of sight.
3-0,
out of sight.
Game
sight.
Set match. Yeah,
so fucked up.
No,
dude.
it was really really bad. I should say there's also a chance that Brighton are like kind of good. Like. Their range of finishes is like relegation to like 12th.
So not relegation.
I think it's in their range. I mean, they were right there last season, and
but Fulham and West Brom are down. There's only one team that's going to get.
It's
relegated.
Unlikely, but it's within the range. But like the upside is like 12th or something, and they're like a pretty decent team. Like they might be a pretty decent team. Like they had moments where they were good.
Lallana can't even play fucking half.
What did he play? 42 minutes or something? Yeah, Grace tweeted like something along the lines of like, it's good to get like vets who are good at stuff and blah blah blah, but it should be pretty easy to filter out the vets that constantly get injured. And it's just like, is that where you want to like hang your hat on Lallana's fitness. I'm not sure. Not sure.